Hi everyone, so today I want to show you my dipping process, but step by step, kind of slow it down a bit. So today I'm going to do my thumb. We're going to be using Coral Reef from Double Dip. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right into the video. Now, if you've seen my videos before, you know that I like to do 3 layers of solid when I use a solid color. So right here, what I'm doing is I'm using my dip base, which by the way, I am using my Mani Boss liquids today. And I'm going to start right about here on my nail, and I'm going to go all the way down to my free edge. For my sidewalls, I also want to take it as close as possible, but without touching them. You really need to make sure that you do have enough liquid on your brush to do this. Now, there are a lot of different ways that you can quote-unquote dip. I like to do the pour-over method. That's my favorite. But you can also dip your finger into the jar. A lot of people also like to lay their finger into the jar, or a cupcake liner if you do the cupcake liner. Honestly, whatever method works for you, just go ahead and do it. So what I'm doing right here is I am cleaning up my cuticles with my cuticle tool. A toothpick works, or anything of that shape would work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a little bit just to let that base soak up. Once it's soaked up all of the color or of the powder, I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to clean and dust off even under my nail. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to my full coats. This is going to be my second layer. So this is how close I'm getting to my sidewalls and my cuticle area. You want to find that happy medium to where you have enough product on your brush, but not so much that it's going to flood your cuticle. That's just going to lead to a whole nother mess. So again, you just make sure that you have enough product on your brush to cover your entire nail, and it's okay to go back to the brush if you need to. Like I said earlier, I like to do the pour over method. So right here, I'm actually going to rotate my thumb side to side and pour over the dip powder. After that, I'm going to go ahead and clean up my cuticle and my sidewalls. Now, if your nail still looks a little bit wet, you are able to just kind of dip your finger back into the powder. Like right here, that's what I'm doing because it was still a little bit wet. So after that, you can like literally just go ahead and dust it off. It just needs like a second or two to pick up more product. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move on to our final coat. So this is just the same as my second layer. I'm going to go ahead and get as close as possible to the cuticle area and my sidewalls, but without touching it. So like I said earlier also, you are able to go back to the bottle to pick up more product. It's better to pick up more product rather than have too much. So you guys, I wanted to pop in really quick before we move on to the next step of the application. I am doing this in real time, so this is how fast I'm working. I will be buffing and filing on camera. So again, I just wanted to let you guys know this is in real time. And really quick, you guys, the items that I'm using is from Control Chaos. So that finger rest and this dip catcher is from Control Chaos. I'm just testing it out. We're trying to figure out what is best for like to put on sale and stuff. So again, I'm just testing it out, but I wanted to show you how they work. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the activator. How I like to activate my nails is I do the cuticle area first, and then I do the full nail. And then just for good measure, I do it one more time. Now this can get on your skin, you guys. It will not hurt you. Also, I let that sit for about a minute before we move on to the filing part. So when I hand file, these are the main files that I use. This is my favorite file, is the banana file, because of that curve. I also like to use this straight edge as well. Like this is literally my favorite file. So as for the glass files, these are both from Bonafide. And I like to use these files to make the edges more crisp. And I like to use this part to like clean around the cuticle and under the nail as well. And then as for this curved one, this is my favorite to use around my cuticle area. Literally, all you have to do is push it and it like glides around the cuticle area. If you guys are having trouble, this is the best tool to use, you guys. All right, so let's go ahead down to filing. So like I said before, this is in real time. What I like to do first is I like to use that flat edge of the file first to do the sidewalls and then the free edge. So right now my shape is kind of like a tapered square. I like him more narrower than the narrower, is that a word? More narrow than the average square nail. So what I like to do is I take the sides of my nails and kind of bring them towards the center of my nail at an angle, kind of almost like a coffin shape, but not really. All right, so now for the like filing on top of the nail, I like to use the softer grit, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically file towards the center of the nail, and then on the opposite side I'm gonna do the same. So I'm kind of like bringing it in towards the center, and then on the free edge I just go back and forth and up and down on the nail. So right here I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch while I file, and then I'll be right back. So you guys, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm avoiding the center of my nail where the apex is. I like to keep that part, not that, I don't like to file it too much because I don't want my nail to be too flat, kind of like one-dimensional. I like to have some type of curve where it naturally looks like it's coming out of my cuticle and then kind of sloping down of like towards my tip. So that's why I'm avoiding that apex area. All right, so right here I'm taking that glass file. Like I said earlier, I like to use this to make everything really crisp. Sometimes the hand files, they just are kind of thick and don't help with that those free edges. So this is what I was talking about, you guys. I'm actually just pushing the this curved file around my cuticle. And you guys, for the glass files, you actually don't need to put no pressure at all. It literally does the filing for you, or the shaping for you. Again, you guys, if you're having trouble with the cuticle area, this is a must-have tool. Once you're done filing, you're going to go ahead and dust off. I'm going to take the tip of my other file and kind of just clean up anything that's left there, kind of like dead skin or like remaining dip that got kind of stuck to the skin or anything like that. So this is perfect for that. Okay, so this is how we're looking like. So this is the sidewall, this is the free edge, and as you can see, those are little apex there. All right, so now I'm gonna take this buffer. This is my current favorite buffer. This is the grittier side and the other side is softer. I'm gonna be using the grittier side first, and this is just to make everything flushed. For this side of the buffer, I just basically do the same thing I was doing with the hand file. And then after I'm done with that part and I think everything looks good, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, and I'm going to use the smoother side, and that's actually going to make my nail more smooth and like not have those like gritty kind of lines on it. Sometimes when you have a really rough buffer, it still leaves a little bit of lines. This buffer on the opposite side, that smoother side, gets rid of all those little lines. Once I'm done filing and buffing, I like to take a little alcohol pad. You can use a little lint-free wipe with alcohol in it too as well. And I like to clean up all the dust and cleanse the palette. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my second coat of activator. And again, I like to use 2 coats of activator just in case. And we're going to go ahead and let that sit for about a minute. What I always do is I take a lint-free wipe, a dry one, and what I like to do is I like to take off the excess activator on my nail. This is, of course, after you let it sit. Then we're going to go ahead and move on to our top coat. We're going to go ahead and put enough product on the nail to cover the nail, but not to flood it. Now this one you want to do as minimal strokes as possible, and you want to make sure that you clean that brush before you return it to the bottle. Once it looks kind of rough like this, like it doesn't look smooth if you can tell in the camera. Once it looks rough like this, it's ready for the second coat. So the second coat is where you're going to be more precise. You're going to be more careful. You want to make sure everything's even, and you want to make sure that you clear cap your free edge. I don't do it in this video, by the way, just because I do change my manis a lot. But if you're a person who likes to keep their manis for about 2 weeks or up to 3, make sure you cap that free edge. All right, so this is how we're looking like As always, I'm going to go ahead and add some cuticle oil. Right here, this is from Candy Skincare. And we're going to go ahead and add it all around the cuticle, down the sidewalls, even a little bit under the thumb. We're going to go ahead and rub that into our skin just to hydrate everything. And this is our final result, you guys. So I'm going to try and do more videos like this, kind of like to take you step by step. So I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.